الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه ثم أما بعد. Alhamdulillah, we are enjoying the Eid. We have finished the 10 days of the Thul-hijjah and did what we did. Some of us took advantage of it in a good way, and some of us took advantage of it in a much better way. Some of us little, some of us too much. Finished the 10 days, and we are still in the Eid days, Ayyam al-Tashriq. And what I want to remind myself and remind you is, how are you doing today? I don't mean how you feel. How are you doing today in comparison to Arafah? And in comparison of those wonderful days of the Hijjah, first 10 days of the Hijjah, are you continuing the good things that you have been doing before? Or life goes on now, it's just another day? Are you trying to maintain the push that you had or the special effort that you created? Or is it something that you did or you do in special times and that's it? That's not the purpose of those days. The purpose of those days is to continue. Look at the ayat I recited, referring to al-rasikhun fil ilm. Al-rasikhun fil ilm, knowledgeable people, but they are a little bit a step up than knowledgeable people. You have ulama and you have rasikhun fil ilm. Rasikhun fil ilm are knowledgeable people who understood the depth of the knowledge, applied it and understood it and called for it. Look, وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ يَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِهِ كُلٌّ مِّنْ عِنْدِ رَبِّنَا. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the Quran, where we have definitive ayat and we have assumptive ayat, muhkam wa mutashabih. الراسخون في العلم يقولون آمنا به كل من عند ربنا. But أما الذين في قلوبهم زيغ, those people who deviate away from the truth, away from the right thing, those people who are troublemakers, they say we believe in the muhkam and they don't believe in the mutashabih, or they follow the mutashabih for the purpose of creating mischief and evil and disruption in the knowledge and in the Quran. What did the Rasikhun fil Ilm say? Amanna bih, we believe in it. Look what comes after that. They're special people, they're guided, they're doing wonderful. That's the testimony of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. شهد الله أنه لا إله إلا هو والملائكة وأولو العلم قائما بالقسط. يعني جمع شهادة العلماء مع شهادته سبحانه وتعالى والملائكة لعظم شأنها. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to establish and testify for His oneness and for His justice and for His might, He associated the testimony of those knowledgeable people and the angels with His to show you the greatness of those people. What did they do? Look at the dua. رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا. كما يقول العلماء تحلية وتخلية. هنا أتوا بالتخلية قبل التحلية، يعني فرغ القلب من الذنوب ثم عبيه في الحسنات. Empty your heart from evil and sins and then fill it up with iman. So they said, Oh Allah, لا تزغ قلوبنا, don't deviate our hearts from your path, from the goodness that we have, the 11 days that we have. This is wonderful time. Oh Allah, don't make us go back to what we are doing. That's what I'm saying about ourselves. The situation, don't make us go back to our life before the 11 days or the 10 days of the Hijjah. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا. يعني أتوا بذكر نعمة الله سبحانه وتعالى، وأعظم نعمة لله سبحانه وتعالى هي نعمة الهداية. قالوا يا رب لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد هدايتك لنا. Oh Allah, don't misguide us after you have made us believers. Because this is the scariest part, brothers. The scariest part is how simple and how easy to find a very guided person deviates completely and maybe even become mulhid, atheist. And you find some people, they were the worst people and they become Muslim and so good. So to be guided is not something, oh, you guaranteed it, put it there. Especially for children. You may have a guided child and a child who's not that guided. Most of our focus is on whom? The misguided. And we forget the guided, that he can be misguided overnight. You see the difference? So these knowledgeable people, the first thing they said, oh Allah, don't deviate our hearts. After we tested faith and after we were guided, keep that. Because they understand that the heart of the human being is between two fingers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He can change it based on your intention and based on your heart, how far you get away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how badly you want the da'wah or not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. So, oh Allah, don't change our status by deviating us after the wonderful guidance that you have given us. And look how they started with Rabbana. Rabbana, Tawheed Rububiyyah. Oh Allah, you are the creator. You are the one who run our affairs. Please run our affair here and make it guidance and continue to make it guidance and not misguidance. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا. شوفوا كمان الدعوة اللي بعدها وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة. نكرة. رحمة أي رحمة. لكن أكبر الرحمات لأنها تأتي من الله سبحانه وتعالى. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us mercy, rahmah. And He made it indefinite. What is rahmah? The greatest rahmah that you have, which is guidance, and what comes the next ayah, and to affirm our hearts in the day of judgment. Why? Because innaka antal wahhab. Indeed, you are the wahhab. What is wahhab? One of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look how they're calling upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with His names and attributes. وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. To Allah belongs beautiful names and attributes, call Him by it. So they're using Asma'illah al-Husna, which is one part of Tawheed. And they are using Rabbana, which is the second part of Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. And they're making dua, which is the third part of Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah. So Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah, Tawheed Asma' al-Sifat, all in one dua. That's what makes them so deep in knowledge and different than just simply knowledgeable people. And what is the meaning of Wahhab? Wahhab is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who gives without limit and without expecting anything from the person. So you give a hiba to someone, you just give it to him. You don't want him to give you anything back or do anything. So this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No conditions, but the believers know that you're created to be grateful. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you that, you show your gratefulness by submitting. And look how they came up at the end. رَبَّنَا إِنَّكَ جَامِعُ النَّاسِ لِيَوْمٍ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُخْلِفُ الْمِيعَادَ. Oh Allah, you're going to gather us in a day that is so true because your promise is the truth and you will not break your promise. So it's like, oh Allah, continue to guide us, don't misguide us. You are the one who bestows ni'am. Give me the greatest ni'mah to keep me on this faith and to prepare me and save me from tomorrow when you gather people together. What a beautiful dua that we should make it to ourselves, inshallah, to continue on the straight path, continuing the, mashallah, the start that we have started in the 10 days of the Thul-hijjah, inshallah, so we can meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this guidance. Always make sure to keep asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tawfiq to continue on being good. Don't think when you're good it's over, it's not. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.